fucking terrified. Like, I couldn't fucking breathe. It didn't matter what I did. Every day I could breathe just a little less. Like somebody was tightening this band around my chest more every day. And I was working out this one afternoon, and I happened to be on an Airdyne, which is a bike instead of a wheel. It's got a fan in the front, right? It's pure cardio. And I decided that it would be a good idea to go full throttle for about 30 seconds. So at 30 seconds, I got off the bike, and I just walked into the house. I would struggle even more when the air was humid, right? So, well, you know, Texas, it's 100% humidity here. And of course, the house was air conditioned, so cool, dry air, right? So I walked inside and I was in full panic and I thought I was going to die. I felt like I was drowning and suffocating. So I'm on the tile floor, gasping for air, trying to slow myself down. And I hear this voice behind me. Hey, you okay, man? What I didn't see was the AC repair guy had just showed up and was walking into the garage right as I had gotten off the bike. So as I was running into the house feeling like I was suffocating, my wife thought I jumped off the bike to let him into the house. Meanwhile, what was really going on was that I actually couldn't breathe and I was running into the house to try and get some oxygen. At the beginning, that happened all the time. I'd work out and I'd feel like I was being suffocated. And I felt like I was breathing through a straw, and not even a regular straw, like one of those little red coffee stir stick straws. I fucking hated it. And I always knew when it was going to happen because I could feel it, right? So I got into the habit of pushing myself further and further into that place, even though I knew it was coming. Like, imagine intentionally suffocating yourself over and over and over again. That's what I was doing because I refused to be afraid of it. Like, I refused to let that feeling control me. And instead of living with that fear just hanging out on the fringe every time I do something physically demanding, I'd beat it to the punch and just fucking go there on purpose. So what happened was that over time I became less and less afraid of suffocation and less apprehensive. And in fact, I became the opposite, and I would hunt for it. And I started looking for any fear I had in my life about anything. And then I just go there on purpose. And every time, the more I did that, the more confident I became in those situations until there was no fear left. And I thought, like, holy fuck, Trev, you have a way to take on anything that you'll ever be afraid of, and by force of action, eliminate the fear. What that gave me was immeasurable control over everything in my life, as long as I was willing to endure the fear in the beginning. If you want more confidence, more self-esteem, more self-belief, ultimately like complete control over your entire personal ecosystem, which is going to result, of course, in more money, more valuable relationships, more results in your life, do the hard shit, especially the things that scare you, and just keep doing them repeatedly until those things have no emotional effect on you. Because the reason I believe that most people are stuck where they are is that the fear shows up and it keeps them at bay whenever they want to do something to change their circumstances. This is where you have to force yourself to do it in spite of the fear, and eventually the fear goes away.